So in the previous video we were looking at naming organic compounds, and in today's video we will look at how to name the ring structures of the organic compound. So first of all, let's have a look at the basic ring structure, which is this. So this is the first carbon, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it has 6 corners and it has 6 carbons, and this is actually alkane, but as it's chained up in here, so we call this cycloalkane. So the name of the part cyclo is because it is the carbon is again attached together as it forms a ring, but however it is an alkane, so it has 6 carbon, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Therefore we write hex, and as it's an alkane we can write hexane. So if we look at the other structures, we see that we have, so at the first carbon we have one alkyl group CH3 attached, and the second alkyl group and the second carbon we have another alkyl group. So first of all, our task is to find the count the carbon numbers. So we know it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's a hexane, and it's a chained molecule. I mean, it's a ring molecule, so that's a cyclohexane. One thing that you need to remember is that though it follows cyclohexane is a sort of cyclic alkane, however, it has a general formula of alkene, because we know in alkene it has a double bond. It has a double bond to carbon, and therefore it can have less hydrogen in it. The same thing happens as the last carbon, as the sixth carbon attaches to the first carbon again. So what happens is the number of hydrogen uh, it could have decreases by 2. So the formula is like now CnH2n. For alkane it was +2, but for alkene it was CnH2n. There is no +2. So this is the formula for alkene, and that is what you should follow for cyclic compound, for ring structures such as this. This is just for your understanding purpose. There is nothing else here. So so what we say is this is a cyclohexane, so you write cyclohexane in the stem part. Now we look at the branches. We know this will grow in the front. So first we put the locant, so that this is the locant. So it's in the first carbon, so 1, again in the second carbon, so 2, and these are methyl groups, so we have 2 of them, so we write 1,2-dimethyl. We looked at how do we put this in order in the previous video, uh, that you have to put uh, sometimes you can say the prefix first, or you could say the locant directly. So you first put the locant, which shows the position of the side chain, then you write the prefix. So the prefix could be 3, one of the 3 things, which is the side chain. It could be the side chain. So as we are seeing here, that the first part of the name in the ring structure is 1,2-dimethyl. So this methyl is the side chain. This are the side chains. This could be functional groups. I mean other functional groups, or this could be other things such as this Br, bromo. You see, so it gets in the front of the name. So that's the prefix, and so it could be other functional groups, like not the main functional group, but the other functional groups, and the halogens or anything other than hydrogen that is substituted in the parent chain. So moving on, Then is the main naming, which comes from counting the number of carbons. So that's the stem. So you count the number of carbon. If there is one, you write meth. If there is two carbons, you write eth. And according to the functional group, you write the suffix. For instance, if there is an alkane and there is one carbon, so you write methane. If there is two carbon, you write ethane. Three carbon, you write propane. Similarly, if you have alcohol, you write methanol, you write ethanol, and that's how it goes. So moving on to the naming, we again have this compound. So that's similar, but the difference is that it should be 1, 2, 3. So it should be 1, 3 dimethyl cyclohexane. Similarly, it's in this is a methyl group as well. Let's say this is HH2 C2H6. So it should be 1 methyl 4 ethyl, because for 2 you need to have eth. So in the first carbon you have 1 methyl and 4 ethyl. Then you write the compound's name, which is the cyclohexane. Which is cyclohexane. So similarly, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon as well. So it's cyclohexane. And now moving on to the functional. Oh, one more thing, that it has a OH group, and this is the main functional group. This is not a side chain, so it should be cyclohexanol, and having something else other than the functional group, bromine. So it will grow at the front. So this is in the 1, 2. In the second carbon, so it's 2 bromo. You have the locant, then you got the other side chains, and then you got the main stem, the main parent chain. Similarly, if you have bromine in the first carbon, you can write 1 bromocyclohexane, and if you have alkyl group, you can write 1 methyl cyclohexane. But however, if you have a main functional group, this is the main one, this is not a side chain, and you can write this as this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. So it's a cyclohexane, and the functional group goes as a suffix. The main is the functional group. Similarly, if you have something other than the functional group, what you do is you put it in the front. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's attached in the third carbon. So it's 3 chlorocyclohexanol, which is the alcohol. So that's it for naming ring structures. We shall see you next class. Goodbye.